This video is part of the Great Unboxing!
Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Fantasy Flight Games Elder Signs Unseen Forces expansion. The first expansion for Elder Signs. Arkham the dice game, basically. So, this is Arkham Horror, but in just the Museum of Arkham most of the time. I forgot to read the blurb on the back for the unboxing video for the core game, but it basically summarized that. And this one, the first line is just, for every blessing, a curse, which makes a lot of sense for this one. So for those of you that may have seen my core game unboxing, as I said, I've owned this for a long time. Years, in fact. I think 6 years now, and I only got the core game about 6 months ago. Funny story, I won't go into detail about it here, but I've also played this, not this copy, because, as I also said in that video, the core game and a copy of the first expansion had been sitting off to my left here. Yeah. But so the plastic's off, but as you can see, that's it. The game was never, the expansion was never touched, and you can even tell just by the catalog how old this is. Like, this is a really out-of-date catalog. It's not even a booklet. There are so many games here I don't even recognize as in print. Like, Arkham Horror, the card game, isn't even on here. Eldritch is. So, then we got an actual rules booklet. I say booklet because it's more thing that does this. That's all there is for new rules. A lot of interesting stuff. The main thing is the addition of the Blessing Dice and Curse Dice, but I'll get to that in a bit. Because, again, I know this expansion. I have actually not played with any other expansions. Mainly because, again, I didn't own the game, but this is a game that I really enjoy. It's one of the few Arkham games that you can play solo decently well. I forgot to mention that in the core game, which was the reason I bought it early on in Plague, was just like, oh, I'm going to buy this in case I want to play it. But we got 2 small sheets of tokens, which are mostly enemies. We've also got 8 new investigators, some new Doom tokens, and some new damage and horror. But it's mostly enemies, and something that was added with, I believe, this expansion, but I could be wrong. This still only appears on monsters and otherworldly locations, are the double icons. That's either or, not both. Like, you need 2 dice to finish that one thing. No, I think the investigate tokens were the only ones that let you do that. And we've got some small cards. Lots of them, actually. First off, we start with Blessed/Cursed, which lets you use another die until a certain situation. Then we've got some more Omen cards, which are just more the same thing. Thankfully, they make the set icon for this really clear in case you don't want to play with stuff like that when you just want to use the original Elder Gods. And then more of the same item cards. None of them, except maybe the spells and the common items, are actually the same. Many of these actually do the same thing because a lot of them are very simplified, just add dice and or let you store dice in the case of spells. They're not really too unique. It is Arkham simplified. And then, large cards, which again, make up the meat of this game. While the items make a huge difference, this is basically the board. Speaking of which, specifically on the start, as I had mentioned in the core game, the lobby. The card you have from the core game, no longer necessary. This is the lobby itself now. There's a reason that there's boarded up imagery on the back, because they can be shut down. I don't remember how. I think it might have been a specific Elder God, and I imagine there's more methods in later expansions. But it was a lot of the same stuff with one thing removed of, there was a really broken mechanic in the original lobby. I think it was you could buy an Elder Sign for 10 victory points, which there were some certain combinations that made it so it was really easy to win the game. Yeah, you can't buy Elder Signs. But also, the Chapel was added, which plays into this expansion heavily, because you can gain Blessed, which will also remove Curse, and you don't even need to put it on yourself, you can put it on somebody else. And we've got the new investigators. I realized I didn't even list off the investigators in the first one. But we've got Diana Stanley, Marie Laveau, Leo Anderson, Jim Culver, who is my favorite in this game, Mark Harrigan, Wilson Richards, Jacqueline Fine, Rita Young, Carolyn Fern, Vincent Lee, and Mandy Thompson, many of which are familiar from the card game because, again, they recycle their characters almost all the time, and occasionally, usually when a new game comes out, make a new investigator, because they already had a lot to begin with. If people like me to go over these in more detail, please ask for that. Also, I'd do the core game first. Then we've got new standard locations. More of the same stuff, basically. There was a lot more lock icons in this one. Forgot to show that off in the core game as well. That's a problem when I unbox stuff that I know. I have the tendency to skip over things. But, again, it's a lot more of the same stuff. It's just some of them have bless or cursed when you succeed or fail. Also, I believe Remove Doom was added this time around. So it wasn't just bless and curse, but again, I could be wrong. Then we've got the otherworldly locations, which are Las Carcosa, Another Time, Plateau of Leng, I don't think I've ever heard of that one, City of the Great Race, The Abyss, and Great Hall of Solano? And 4 new Elder Gods. Well, that makes me wonder, where are the new dice? Hopefully they're under that. Haha, otherwise I have a copy that never had any. Tastagul? No. Settle Mel? Definitely never heard of that one. Galakai? Also never heard of that one. And Abhotha. Don't think I've heard of that one either. Oh, yep, there they are. They were under the cardboard thing. And it adds, as I said, 2 dice. Which, again, for a dice game, is really important. We have the blessed die and the cursed die. The blessed die is the same thing as a green die. Even has terror on it. Except it is extra. It is a 7th die. And then the cursed die is also the same. But this negates what you have. Ha ha! I believe you have to roll it every time until it does negate something. Also, if the Elder God awakens, you don't gain the benefit of, or the drawback, of Bless or Cursed. That's a good thing with Curse, not so much with Bless, obviously. Regardless, that's everything in this. Again, as I said in the previous video, small box. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press that like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press that dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as if you would like to see a general or detailed component overview of this game, or any of the other Arkham File games or other similar games that I have, which again, are a lot of Cthulhian games here. And if you'd like to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overviews, my painting videos, all 3 of which I try to do for Arkham File games, or anything else that I might do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.